Most owners measure their dog's happiness the wrong way. They look for the obvious things, the tail wag, the excitement at the leash, the enthusiasm at mealtime. If those are present, they assume everything is fine. If those are absent on a given day, they worry. Those are not the signs of a truly happy dog. They are the signs of a normally functioning dog. A dog who wags at her leash and gets excited about dinner might still be living in a state of low-level tension that her owner never sees. Because the real signs of deep, settled, genuine happiness are not loud. They are not performed. They live in the quiet moments, in the unremarkable middle of an ordinary day, in the small behaviors that are so easy to overlook that most owners spend years never registering them. 6 of those signs, each one more telling than a tail wag. Each one a direct window into your dog's actual internal state. Not what she does when something exciting happens, but what her body does when nothing is happening at all. That is where the truth lives. You have probably seen all 6 today. You have probably not known what you were looking at. By the end of this, you will, and the ordinary moments of your day with your dog will start to read differently. Before the 6, one thing needs to be established about what happiness actually looks like in a dog because it is almost the opposite of what most owners expect. Human happiness tends to be expressive. It produces visible, audible, demonstrable states. We smile, we move, we fill the room. We associate happiness with energy and engagement. Dog happiness at its deepest is almost the reverse. The truest happiness a dog can experience, the settled, secure, everything is right with my world happiness that most owners are hoping their dog has, looks from the outside like almost nothing. It looks like stillness. It looks like ease. It looks like a dog who has nothing to perform and no reason to be vigilant and nothing to manage. That is what you are looking for, not the peaks, the baseline. What her body does in the unremarkable middle of the day, when she has no particular reason to produce anything. The first sign is the soft mouth in rest. When your dog is lying near you in a quiet moment, look at her face, specifically her mouth. A dog carrying tension, even low level. Background tension that she has learned to manage, and you have learned not to notice, holds her mouth with a faint tightness. The lips pressed, the jaw not quite loose, the face doing quiet work it should not have to do. A dog who is genuinely settled has a mouth that is simply open, not panting, not grinning, not performing, just loose, the lower jaw hanging free, the lips soft, the face doing nothing because there is nothing to do. That soft, loose, doing nothing mouth is one of the least observed and most reliable indicators of a dog's internal state. It costs nothing to produce. It serves no social function. It is simply what the face does when the nervous system has fully released. If her mouth is soft when she is near you in a quiet moment, she is not managing anything. She is just at ease. In the specific, genuine, nothing is wrong way that is the foundation of real happiness. The second sign is the zoomies that have no audience. Most owners know the zoomies, the sudden, explosive, full-speed laps around the living room or the yard that seem to come from nowhere. They tend to assume the zoomies are about energy or excitement or a dog who needs more exercise. Sometimes, but watch when the zoomies happen in a dog who is genuinely happy, and you will notice something specific. They are not performed for anyone. They do not require a reaction. Your dog does not check to see if you are watching before she launches. She simply launches, runs her circuit, and comes back to wherever she was. The zoomies of a genuinely happy dog are not a show. They are an overflow. Joy that got too large for stillness and had to go somewhere. Behavioral observation of dogs in enriched domestic settings suggests that spontaneous locomotor play, movement that serves no function except the movement itself, appears significantly more often in dogs assessed to be in positive emotional states. She is not burning off frustration. She is burning off surplus happiness. There is a difference, and the difference lives in whether she needs you to be watching. She doesn't. The joy is its own reason. The third sign is the mid-activity pause to check in. She is doing something, playing, exploring, moving through the yard, and she stops. Not because something alarmed her, not because she needs something. She stops, finds your face, holds it for a second or two, and then returns to what she was doing. This is the piece most owners miss entirely. That pause is not a distraction. It is a connection point. She is not checking to see if you are still there out of anxiety. She is touching base with you the way you might make brief eye contact with someone across a room at a party. A small, warm confirmation that does not interrupt either of you but says, I know where you are, and I am glad you are there. A dog who does this regularly is a dog whose happiness is organized around your presence, not dependent on it, not anxious about it, but genuinely enriched by it. She is happy doing her thing, and she is happier knowing you are nearby while she does it. The check-in is the sign that both of those things are true at once. The fourth sign is choosing to be near you when she doesn't have to be. This one sounds simple and is anything but. Your dog has options. She has places she could be that are warmer, softer, quieter, or more interesting than wherever you are right now. And she chooses to be near you anyway, not because you called her, not because something is happening, not because dinner is coming. In the middle of an ordinary hour when nothing is being offered and nothing is being requested, she gets up from wherever she was and comes to be near the person she loves. That voluntary proximity, the choice made for no practical reason, with no transaction involved, is one of the clearest signs of genuine happiness a dog can produce. She is not near you because she has to be. She is near you because being near you is, for her, one of the better available options at any given moment. Your presence is not a means to an end. It is the end. She comes to you because you are where she wants to be. Long-term observation of dogs in domestic settings has found that voluntary proximity seeking in dogs, particularly in the absence of obvious reinforcement, is one of the strongest behavioral indicators of positive emotional state and secure attachment. She is happy, and part of what she is happy about is you. The fifth sign is the playbow that is only for you. She drops her front end, raises her back end, and looks at you with an expression that is, even across the species barrier, unmistakably an invitation. Play with me right now, for no reason except that I want to. The play bow is not a simple behavior. It is a social gesture that requires a specific internal state to produce, one that is simultaneously relaxed enough to be vulnerable and activated enough to be playful. A dog who is anxious cannot produce a genuine play bow. A dog who is stressed cannot produce one. A dog who is suppressing anything cannot produce one. The play bow is the behavioral signature of a dog whose nervous system is in the optimal state. Safe, stimulated, happy, and choosing to share that state with you specifically. When she bows to you and not to the furniture, not into the empty room, but directly at your face, she is telling you that you are the one she wants to play with. That her happiness right now is pointing at you, that you are, in this moment, the most interesting and appealing thing in her world. The sixth sign is the settling sigh after you arrive. Not when you walk in, not the greeting sigh of a dog overwhelmed by your return. The later sigh, 10 minutes, 20 minutes after you have been home, when the excitement of the reunion has passed and the ordinary evening has resumed. She is lying near you, the room is quiet, and she exhales. Fully, slowly, completely. That sigh is her nervous system filing its final report on the day. The variable it monitors most closely, you, is present and accounted for. The environment has been assessed and cleared. There is nothing to manage, nothing to wait for, nothing outstanding. The day is whole because you are in it. Her world is assembled correctly. She can let go. That exhale is the sound of a dog who has everything she needs. Not in the abstract, not in the general sense, specifically right now, in this room, with you here. The sigh is not contentment after excitement. It is completion. Most owners look for their dog's happiness in the big moments. The reunion, the walk, the play session, the treat. They look for the peaks and they measure happiness by how high the peaks go. Flip that. The truest happiness lives in the baseline, in the soft mouth, and the voluntary proximity and the spontaneous zoomies that nobody asked for. In the check-in from across the yard and the play bow aimed at your face and the sigh that comes after the world is whole again. These 6 things do not happen in the peaks. They happen in the ordinary, unremarkable, easy to overlook, middle of an ordinary day. They happen when nothing is being offered and nothing is required, and she is just living her life in the presence of the person she loves in the home that feels like hers. That is not a performance. That is not a trained response to a cue. That is a dog who has been given something real: safety, consistency, attunement, belonging, and whose body shows it involuntarily every single day. Think about the middle of today. Not the walk, not the feeding, not the moment you came home. The hour after, when nothing particular was happening. The quiet stretch of afternoon when you were both just existing in the same space. Was her mouth soft? Did she come to be near you without being called? Did she sigh at some point into the room, slowly, completely, without urgency? You probably didn't stop to register any of it. It was too ordinary. That is the point. A happy dog is an ordinary dog. Not because ordinary is lesser, but because ordinary is what safe feels like. Ordinary is what it looks like when she doesn't need anything to be different. When the life she has is the life she would choose, she is not waiting for something better. She is not tolerating something she endures. She is happy, specifically, quietly, genuinely happy, in the life you have built together. And she has been showing you that happiness in these 6 small ways every day you have shared. You just needed to know what you were looking at. Now you do. Which of the 6 do you see most in your dog? And was there one that made you look back at an ordinary moment differently? Tell me in the comments. If this is the kind of watching you want to keep doing, subscribing means the next one finds you.